Hi, and welcome to In Search of Truth, where we explore the fascinating stories of history's most transformative events. And I'm your host. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most pivotal moments in human history, the Industrial Revolution. Subscribe to our channel, In Search of Truth, for engaging, informative content that sheds light on the Industrial Revolution's lasting impact.
The Industrial Revolution was a period of incredible change. It started in Great Britain in the late 1700s. Then, it spread throughout the world. This revolution wasn't fought on battlefields. It was fueled by innovation and invention. New machines and technologies reshaped the world. Before the Industrial Revolution, life moved at a slower pace. People lived in rural areas. They worked the land, growing their own food. Most people rarely, if ever, traveled far from home. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. It brought about new ways of making things. Factories were built. People moved to cities to find work. The world was becoming interconnected. The Industrial Revolution marks a turning point in human history. Its impact continues to shape our world today. Imagine a world without cars, electricity, or smartphones. This was life before the Industrial Revolution. Most people lived in small villages, surrounded by farmland. Days were long and filled with manual labor. Farming was the main way of life. Families worked together to plant and harvest crops. Life was hard, and survival depended on the success of the harvest. Homes were simple, lit by candles or oil lamps. People made their own clothes and tools. Travel was difficult and often dangerous. Life in the pre-industrial era was deeply connected to nature. The rhythms of the seasons dictated the pace of life. It was a world on the verge of transformation. The Industrial Revolution was fueled by a wave of incredible inventions. Each new discovery built upon the last, accelerating the pace of change. One of the most important early inventions was the steam engine. The steam engine harnessed the power of steam to drive machinery. This invention revolutionized transportation and manufacturing. Factories could be located anywhere, no longer reliant on water power. Another key innovation was the cotton gin. This machine automated the removal of seeds from cotton fibers. This dramatically increased the speed of cotton production, fueling the rise of the textile industry. New machines led to mass production. Goods that once took weeks to make by hand could now be produced in large quantities. This availability of affordable goods transformed the lives of ordinary people. Before the Industrial Revolution, most goods were produced in homes or small workshops. The rise of factories changed the nature of work dramatically. Factories brought workers together under one roof. Large machines replaced hand tools. Production became standardized, with each worker specializing in a specific task. Factory work was often harsh and dangerous. Long hours were common and safety regulations were minimal. Child labor was also prevalent, with children as young as 6 working in factories. Despite the hardships, factories offered new opportunities. For many, factory work provided a steady income and a chance to escape the poverty of rural life. Section 5. The Great Migration, from farms to factories. The rise of factories created a huge demand for labor. People flocked from the countryside to cities in search of work. This mass migration from rural to urban areas is known as urbanization. Cities grew at an unprecedented rate. New housing, roads, and infrastructure were needed to accommodate the growing population. London, Paris, and New York City became centers of industry and commerce. Urban life presented both opportunities and challenges. While cities offered jobs and excitement, they also faced problems such as overcrowding, pollution, and crime. The experience of city life varied greatly depending on one's social class. The wealthy enjoyed a comfortable lifestyle, while the working class faced difficult living and working conditions. Section 6. Growing Pains, the Challenges of Urban Life. The rapid growth of cities brought about a unique set of challenges. Overcrowding was a major problem, as people crammed into tenement buildings with poor sanitation. Disease spread rapidly in these cramped conditions. Cholera outbreaks were common, highlighting the lack of adequate sanitation and healthcare for the urban poor. Pollution was another consequence of industrial growth. Factory smoke filled the air, and waste dumped into rivers contaminated water supplies. The environmental impact of industrialization was becoming increasingly evident. Despite these challenges, cities were also centers of opportunity. They offered a wider range of jobs, access to education, and the excitement of urban life. The lure of the city continued to draw people from rural areas. Section 7. A new social order, class consciousness, and change. The Industrial Revolution led to the emergence of a new social order. Factory owners and entrepreneurs amassed wealth, forming a new upper class. The middle class expanded, comprised of skilled workers, professionals, and factory managers. The working class, however, often faced difficult conditions. They worked long hours for low wages in factories and mines. The gap between the rich and the poor widened. This growing class divide led to social unrest. Workers began to organize into unions to demand better wages, shorter hours, and safer working conditions. The struggle for workers' rights was a defining feature of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution challenged traditional social hierarchies. It created new opportunities for upward mobility while also exacerbating existing inequalities. Section 8. Beyond the factory floor. Impacts on daily life. The impact of the Industrial Revolution extended far beyond the factory floor. New technologies and innovations transformed everyday life in countless ways. Transportation underwent a revolution. Steam-powered trains and ships made travel faster and more efficient. This facilitated trade and allowed people to migrate more easily. Communication also advanced rapidly. The invention of the telegraph and later the telephone made it possible to send messages across long distances instantly. This interconnectedness shrank the world. The Industrial Revolution also brought about changes in education, healthcare, and leisure. Public education systems expanded and new medical discoveries improved healthcare. People had more free time and sought new forms of entertainment. Section 9. The price of progress. Social costs and reform movements. The Industrial Revolution brought about unprecedented progress, but it also came at a cost. The rapid pace of change created social problems that reformers and activists sought to address. Child labor was a particularly egregious practice. Children, some as young as 5, worked long hours in dangerous conditions. Reformers fought to abolish child labor and improve working conditions for all. The harsh realities of factory work sparked the rise of labor unions. Unions organized workers to fight for better wages, reasonable hours, and safer working conditions. They played a key role in improving the lives of workers. The Industrial Revolution also led to environmental degradation. Factory smoke polluted the air, and industrial waste contaminated rivers and streams. The need for environmental protection became increasingly apparent. Section 10. A legacy of innovation, the enduring impact. The Industrial Revolution was a period of profound transformation that left an enduring legacy on the world. It marked a turning point in human history, ushering in the modern industrial age. The technological innovations of the Industrial Revolution continue to shape our world today. From the machines we use to the way we live, the impact of this era is undeniable. The Industrial Revolution also left a complex social legacy. It led to the rise of capitalism, urbanization, and mass production. It also sparked social movements and reforms aimed at addressing inequality and improving the lives of workers. The challenges and opportunities presented by the Industrial Revolution continue to resonate today. Understanding this pivotal era provides valuable insights into the world we live in. Section 11. The Industrial Revolution continues. A look to the future. While we often speak of the Industrial Revolution in the past tense, it is essential to recognize that its impact continues to shape our world today. In fact, many argue that we are currently living through a new phase of Industrial Revolution driven by digital technologies and automation. Just as the steam engine and the cotton gin revolutionized manufacturing in the 18th and 19th centuries, technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and three-dimensional printing are transforming industries and reshaping the nature of work in the 21st century. As we navigate this new era of rapid technological change, it is crucial to learn from the lessons of the past. We must strive to harness the power of innovation to create a more equitable and sustainable future for all. The Industrial Revolution was a period of both progress and upheaval. By understanding its complexities and its lasting legacy, we can better navigate the challenges and opportunities of the present and build a better future for generations to come.